Well, hello YouTube, and thank you for joining this quick guide on how to get started with free audio and podcast recorder. Presented to you by the Software Advisor, where we're empowering individual and business owners with free open source productivity tools. Welcome to the channel. Today's tool I'm going to present to you is Audacity. Just a little bit of quick about overview of the tool here. Audacity is a free open source cross-platform audio software, meaning that is available for a Windows operating system, Mac OS, and also Linux is available to you for free right now. You can actually apply different, themes, different colors, dark mode that I like. Kind of reminds me of kind of Winamp back in the day. But this software is available to you to download for free right now, free of charge on audio or audacityteam.org. The beauty of open source software that you have a community of developers helping contribute to the development of the product and is available to everyone for free to enable everybody in the internet community for the overall good. So it's something I've been a big proponent of. And so if you want to record a podcast for your own business to promote your business or something like that, this is a good way to get started. It's available to you for free right now, and you can even use it as a stepping stone for even other tools. But this is available, and this is pretty advanced. And you can, if you know a little bit of audio engineering, you can learn a ton of that in YouTube. You can actually find a lot of information helpful to you here. So a little bit of this is actually jam-packed with features. So you can do a lot of obviously recording your voice, your microphone. You can do a mixer. You can digitize recording from other old source media. You can import and you can export sound files, MP3s, WAV files, MIDIs, which is the original, like the usually the format for musical instruments. I believe you can mess around with the sound quality, the bit level, 16-bit, 24-bit, 32-bit. Depending on what you're processing, and you can actually, there's a ton of plugins available to you. There's a lot of editing features. You copy pasting, you get a visual of the actual sound, and you can mess around with it. You can apply different effects. There's a lot of shortcuts, and there's also a lot of analytic or analysis tools that you can potentially use within the application itself. So this is a quick overview, so you can actually see what it looks like before you actually before you download it. So this is what the tool looks like. What we have on the top here is basically presented to you with a single track that are recorded using the microphone. On the bottom here, it just another track where I applied basically a bunch of white noise. And you can mix them together as a single audio file, obviously. But in the very top here, you've just all of the top menu here is basically essentially shortcuts for controlling the audio. So you can pause, you can play, stop, fast forward, and you can record. And this is basically the cursor. So like if I want to select on this side here part of the audio right here. So like if I basically select part of the audio right here, and there's a button for applying like a silence. So you can basically click there and you can apply silence. So it's basically selection. You can select part of, it's kind of like if you think of it as text, you can actually select part of the text. You can apply whatever changes or effects that you want to apply to it. You can even copy the part, and if you want to copy paste, you can even use keyboard shortcuts, Control C, Control V for Windows. And then here on the top, you have your basically recording volume, and this is your playback volume. So the volume I record as is from speaking to a mic, for example. And the top track here, this is what I said. I was recording my voice just in preparation for this video, just to kind of show you what it looks like, the visual of the audio. And this is basically your undo, and you can zoom in and you can zoom out. All these options are available to you obviously in the actual menus here. So here's where you can actually do the imported exports. You can export MP3, WAV files, etc. You can import other audios. I talked about MIDIs and the you can apply. You can import audios, different labels. You can go apply different like raw data to your file. by exporting, here, but you just get the point. There's an option here, I believe, that you can actually add. Yeah, here we go. So in the edit option, you can actually add metadata to your file. That's what I was looking at. So if you're, for copywriting stuff, you can actually add the information here, artist name, track title, anything that makes this unique. And as you save the file, it will be the metadata attached to the actual way. So you're not just recording an audio, you actually, the file will capture that information as well. That's something like if you want to record something for your business, you want to make it unique to you, and I encourage you to do that, and it helps with archiving and all kinds of sorts down the line. But mainly the edit menu here for you doing copy, paste, you duplicating pieces of audio. This is all the functions related to, select. You select a single track, single region. In the view, you can add different toolbars. You can zoom in, you can zoom out. Transport, this is all the stuff related to playing, recording, scrubbing the tracks. And then this, as I mentioned, this is a single track, and this is another track right here. So I can actually remove this track altogether. So let's say if I want to remove this track, just exit. And if I want to add another track, I'll go to tracks, add new, adding a new track, and here you go. If I want to basically copy, paste from another piece, I go like this. Doing a copy, coming here, doing a paste. Yeah, so you get the point. And basically both tracks can be recorded together as a single file. And then on the very top as well, you have different functions like, so you can actually generate, a bunch of noise, and it gets really pretty detailed. So let's say I want to actually generate a bunch of noise on the tracks. I do generate noise, gives you a white menu here, what kind of noise you want, white noise, etc. And you can actually get into the specifics of it. And I'm sure there's folks that probably understand this audio engineering or configuration of something like that much, and they can get into the details, what each one sound like and what you can do. But obviously in each one of those components will have all these kind of unique options to them, but at least it's nice to know you can mess around with it too and see what kind of sounds you can produce. It can make, depending on what you're trying to do, obviously. But yeah, just know that you have the ability to generate a bunch of noise. I generated this piece of just white noise. And you can change, you can copy, you can paste. Also on the audio itself, you can add a bunch of effects. You can add, echo, it can fade in, you can fade out. You can even launch the, graphical equalizer. And you can, make a lot of changes to each one of the frequency and flatten, and you can do all kinds of tricks, right? It gets into really, really detailed in terms of audio engineering, and some of the stuff you can learn. It's nothing as hard. There's a ton of YouTube videos that get into the details, and you can be an audio engineer and you can learn it. You can learn anything, right? Not just audio engineering, because it's not easy. It's very complicated, and depending on what you're trying to do. Nothing is complicated as long as you take baby steps and learn the stuff that you can apply to it. But anyways, but yeah, there's tools available to you. This is when it comes to the plugins. You can take screenshots. In the help menu, you can tell you about it. The product, obviously, which is pretty standard for all software, and you always have the options. You can check for updates and download the latest. But yeah, that's pretty much about Audacity. So. We wanted to thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next episode. See y'all later.